Hi, so I just thought I'd make a quick overview of the Flying Scotsman rig I just finished because some people wanted to see it moving, and I gotta be honest, seeing it move is a lot more interesting than looking at a still picture of it. So most of the rig is in the wheels, but starting from the top, we've got the master controller, which is used to move the model and its animation, the whole everything attached to it if you need to shift it from one place to another. You have the main train controller, which is what you spend most of your time pushing and pulling around. You can move it, rotate it, all that. You got the bogey, I think it's called, controller here at the front. You can apparently it only moves a little bit, but you can move it as much as you like. And then the wheels are controlled by these controllers here, which is what everyone wants to see, is the wheels move. So we can rotate these controls, and this one controls the main three wheels and drives the whole rig, and this one at the front and controls the rest of the wheels. But it's a bit of a nightmare having to figure out how much you need to rotate a wheel based on how far you've moved something. So I'll put in a little switch that is for both sets of wheels, so one of them can work independent of the other. But now, if I turned it on, if I just move the train control, you can see its wheels rotate accordingly as much as they need to. It doesn't matter how fast or slow you pull the rig around, which is nice if all you want to do is push it along a track. And you don't have to worry about sorting all the wheel rotation out. Yeah, and then you can see if I turn this off again, set itself back up because I accidentally set a keyframe there. Let's just delete that. Okay, turn it off. Back at 0. Okay, so now you can see if we turn it off and move it, the wheels don't rotate at all, unless you choose to rotate them. For those of you who want to see the wheels moving, this is what it looks like when the rig works. It's not moving through the scene, so I haven't animated the other wheels, but it's quite satisfying to watch after having rigged it. Yeah. Okay, so that's all there really is from an animator perspective. Oh, there's also a control to move the switches about if you want to. But if anyone wants to see what under the hood looks like, you can see here the train is broken into individual parts. And each part can be moved individually, all of the moving parts. And originally I was going to rig the main parts of the wheel, but I had a lot less control than I would with a skeletal rig, so I created a skeletal rig, which you can see here. Let's just unlock all of this so we can all see. Okay, so I create the skeletal rig, which I can do down the center as the train's symmetric and doesn't twist or bend, so that's quite useful that I don't have to do two halves. And then each part of the train is parented to its corresponding bone, and then the bones drive the animation. So it's quite straightforward. It's a mixture of IK and targeting. So I think these bones here are an IK chain, along with these are another IK chain, and the rest of the rig works with targeting, matching the position of the nulls. So as the rig is driven from the back wheel and not from a goal object for an IK chain, say at the piston at the front. I use the nulls to keep the position in the right place. If that makes any sense to anyone. But yes, that's under the hood, just a basic skeletal rig. The switches work with some expressions, just some really simple expressions here. The exact same expression for each one, just with a different name. And yeah, so that's under the hood. And building it back up. Parts. Just hide everything else. Oh, actually, no, we want to see that, don't we? It's just the nulls and bones. Null parts. Okay. So yeah, that's all there is to it, really. Okay. That's that.